Hello.
Yes.
You can continue. I think participants one by one will go.
Yeah, definitely, sir. Definitely. Yes, and again, guys, I need to make certain calculations about timing. Okay. Yes, that's fine. Though that session will be up to 2:15. Okay.
Yeah, up to 2:15.
Yes, 2:15. Yep. Most of the people, yes. Thank you, Amol sir. Yes, thank you, Dakir. Yeah, most of the people have revert that license they have got, and 18 or 20 people of whoever mentioned their machine ID, share their machine ID with me. Yes, they got that license file, and they are. I hope they have started working and using this software tool. Okay. Now, guys, let's have a look on another problem statement. And guys, your feedback, your views are very important as far as this session concerned. That is just for my development, what I'm talking about. Okay. I hope you are getting it, and we will have a fantastic session again for this one. Okay. So guys, thing is that just now what we did, we just come across the GUI, graphical user interface, and yes, for the doctor level research scholars, people, that flow is quite slower one. But the thing is, until and unless you are familiar with the ED understanding, guys, you can't go directly jumping on the ADC or DSC design. That is my perception. I'm into this from last 12 to 13 years, and I know what are the testimonials coming across from the people. Okay, later on at the end of the session. So guys, I decided certain flow, and that flow is very important as per as you all. I hope those who have let me save that one. Okay, that's fine. Now, guys, we are moving toward the next problem statement, and which is very important. And once I have done this one, you need to design by your own on your machine. Okay. Till then, I will wait for the peoples who have not shared their mail ID, machine ID with me. Okay. Now, let's have a look. Now the speed will be a bit higher as compared to what we discussed as of now. Now, guys, let's have a look. I hope everybody is with me. Guys, in terms of yes or no, please. Everyone, shall we begin? Actual, I'm dumping on this one. Thank you, Manoj Kumar sir, Smita ma'am. Thank you so much for your reply. Okay, I'm directly jumping on the structure like this. Now, I hope everybody is comfortable with the PMOS and NMOS, the design, the understanding, the simulation, every stuff. Now, guys, now I'm going with this guy, which is a basic CMOS cell, and which is having very significant. Trust me, guys, if you're comfortable designing this CMOS inverter in all aspects, in all structure, you will be very pleased, and you the hurdles of getting invented will be very less. Now, guys, CMOS inverter you need to design using semi-custom design approach. Let's have a look. Now, the next approach of understanding comes in the picture, which is approach, and we already discussed that one. In semi-custom design approach, we always take the help of the software. Is it, everybody? Okay, how the software is going to help us? Let's have a look over here, how it is going to help us. CMOS inverter using 120 nanometer. For those who have first time designing this one, the thing is pretty clear that you need to understand the foundry selection. That is what a technology selection, which is very important. Okay, now guys, again the same one within a minute. That black screen is P substrate, palette window with different layers, editing toolbox, lambda as well as micrometer based scaling. And here it will provide you the dimensions. Here it will provide you the current technology. Just a recall one. Okay. Now, guys, in terms of semi-custom, according to the foundry, the first step you need to select that file, select foundry, and select it as per the aim provided by the designer, asked by the designer. Okay, that's fine. Now, guys, CMOS inverter. How can we design CMOS inverter, guys? What we need one PMOS transistor, we need one NMOS transistor. Simply, guys, let's have a look. You all are familiar with this one. What I'm trying to do, we just simply trying to design this one, CMOS inverter, but not in terms of schematic representation. I'm basically here to teach you how the practical layout designing can be done. So this is what a schematic, what we need one PMOS transistor, we need one NMOS transistor. we have to make certain connections over here, okay, as far as the logical implementation, what we have done, and according to that, VDD VSS input output, and that's done. Let's have a look what we need. Guys, semi-custom is what we are taking the help of software. How can we take the help? Look at that. In palette window, second row, first icon, that is called as the MOS generator. Click on the MOS generator, okay? And guys, that MOS generator window will be in a picture. Let's have a close look. What I did, a MOS generator, that MOS generator window will be in a picture. This is what a MOS, okay? And guys, for this technology I'm talking about, you can select any technology as far as you are concerned, okay? I'm having certain problem statement 24, 25 as far as academics and project concern, okay? So as of understanding, I'm working on this 0.12 micrometer technology, then we will switch to 45 nanometer, then 22 nanometer likewise, and then the FinFET will be in a picture. So guys, let's have a close look. The by default minimum width, the important thing is that the by default minimum width for this technology is 600 nanometer or 0.6 micrometer. Are you getting this one? By default minimum width is 600 nanometer and by default minimum length is 120 nanometer. What it indicates, we can't lower down the width and length below these two values. We can increase it up to any extent, but we can't lower it down. Are you getting this one? And depending on these two values, guys, look at the current value. Yes, IDS for any device. If I'm working on NMOS, IDS is different. For the same dimensions of width and length, if I'm click on the PMOS, the dimensions are different. Yes, you all are familiar with that, the mobility principle. Are you getting this one? Simply design this one, then we'll come across the structures. What we need NMOS, generated device. Look at that. Automatically, guys, previously what we designed, that was a manual structure, full custom design approach, okay? So there we design a random structure, but here the compact design of NMOS transistor comes in a picture. What are the visual changes? If I'm taking 2D view of the same one, so it looks the same. Look at that. Polysilicon, because of it's split into two parts, then the contact, the wires, every stuff is same. Now guys, this polysilicon is always a gate terminal. On the left hand side, I'm having either drain or source. On right hand side, I'm having either drain or source. Question is, what we design manually, there we use only one contact. Here, it uses two contacts, either for source and for the drain. Why this is so? Because guys, whatever we design, we don't have any current calculations over there. But here, I know that the current of this device, whatever we have implemented, is 0.378 milliampere. So depending on that, the number of contacts will increases linearly. Are you getting this one? I hope you understand this. So what I'm having one NMOS. Again, I'm going for the MOS generator. We are taking the help of the software, clicking on the PMOS transistor. Look at the current. Current is, guys, I didn't change any dimension for width and length, whatever I'm having. With the same dimensions, I have generated PMOS transistor, generated device on the top of, just as far as the schematic, what I'm having. Guys, look at that. Here, we don't have to bother about the lambda. It is a semi-custom design approach. Automatically, it is going to adjust the lambda. Once you implemented the structures, okay, click on view all. Click on view all. It will adjust the whole structure in a single frame. Okay. Now I will treat this one as a source of your PMOS, gate of PMOS, gate of NMOS, and it is a drain automatically. It is a bidirectional one as far as terminal identification concerned. Am I right, everybody, please? Yes. Let me check. Machine ID, Padmini, you are sharing over here. Swapnil Badar, yes. Can we connect, attach body over here directly? We'll focus on that. Yes. Smita ma'am, rather than making it as text, you can directly ask over here, okay? Because text,
I thought it will be interruption, sir. That's why I just posted.
Okay, that's fine, ma'am. Because chat box, I have to open later.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
I agree.
The point is that, ma'am, there is one principle in kind of your wherever the contacts comes in a picture, there is a principle called as electromigration. So to avoid the effect of that electromigration, we have to add the number of contacts according to the current, and software is doing it intentionally. For example, here the current is this one, 0.269 ampere. If I'm increasing the width as 1.2 micrometer or 1200 nanometer, current is more. And if I'm generating the device, so look at that. The number of contacts, depending on the current, the number of contacts increases linearly, just to reduce the effect of electromigration in the design. I hope this is quite understanding. Okay. So we all, let me finish this one and again we'll
Yes,
come
sir.
across. Okay. So thing is that, guys, this is what a structure that I have added. Okay. And we need to make the connections. How that the gates be connected with each other, one drain and source combination, VDD on the top and VSS on the bottom. It's very simple one, CMOS designer. Okay, now guys, MOS gate, shall I connect it like this? I've simply selected the polysilicon region from this end, MOS gate, okay, and simply connect it like this. Once it is connected, just make a double click on the same one. Guys, look at that. That is not mandatory step, but whether they are connected or not can be checked just by clicking on the double click. And guys, that window will appear. It will provide you the parasitics of the highlighted region. It means that this red region, whatever the polysilicon connected with each other, it is having this capacitance, resistance, inductance. Likewise, every stuff is associated with this parasitic window. We'll explain you again one more time. Now I'm treating this one as a source. This is automatically drained. Shall I connect these two together as per as schematic concern? So for the same one, take a metal one, connect it like this, and take the output node just for my understanding. Okay, that looks good, and you can easily understand the structures like this. Is it? So this is what my input node, this is what my output node, one drain and source combination that we did over here. Okay, where should I connect VDD, guys? VDD on the topmost side to the source of your PMOS transistor. One more VDD for your NMOS for its polarization, and a ground terminal remaining of this one. Shall I connect it over here? The ground of your NMOS transistors, just like a CMOS inverter structure. That's why we explained earlier. Okay. As per a simulation concern, I need to attach a clock. This is what a clock. You can modify it as per, you can customize that one as per any of your application. Okay. So we don't have any modifications over here. Assign this one and a visible node on the output side. Guys, this is what the S1 that I'm having as a variable. Variable is always output node. Assign this one. I hope everybody is with me. Guys, there is no software which can explain you in that simple single clicking manner. Okay, so let's have a look. This is what a simple CMOS inverter that we have designed, and it looks pretty cool over here. Okay, now simulate this one. Look at that, guys. I have already every time I'm going to change the time scale, because time scale as of now it is 1 nanosecond. Okay, so only that 1 nanosecond time frame that we are coming across. So for more cycles, try to modify the time scale. Okay, try to, what's wrong with this? Hide that one. Huh? Okay, that's fine. Yes, time scale that I have modified. And guys, first of all, we'll come across all simulation graphs. Let's have a look. We'll come across all simulation graph. We'll check what exactly we are having with us and how to modify the same one that again we can modify. Is it fine? Let's have a look. The first window we already explained that it is voltage versus time curve. It is called as transient analysis of voltage. Okay, and it provides you the input versus output curve. These are what the input that I'm having, and these are the output associated in switching in accordance with your input variation. Look at that. When my input is 1, output is 0. Likewise, it is showing you the property of CMOS inverter. Is it fine, guys? Everybody. Now, thing is that, look at that. I'm talking about this one. Everybody, have a close look. I'm talking about this cycle. Forget about the rest one. I'm talking about the last one. The rise time is 5.1 picosecond. Am I right? And the fall time is 2.4 picosecond. Are you getting my point? Rise time is 5.1 picosecond and fall time is 2.4 picosecond. Is it fine for, is it good one? What do you think, guys? So we are having 3 cases over here. The first thing is that as far as our previous understanding concerned, TR must be equals to TF, which is our basic need. Because guys, if TR is equals to TF, at that time our switching delays or propagation delays or transition delay will be very less. Okay, practically, ideally it should be exactly equal so that the delays will be less. But what is happening with this? Look at that. TR is more, TF is less. This is point number one that you need to understand. Second, if I'm coming across voltage versus current curve, okay, in the second window, this is called a transient analysis for current. Okay, here guys, look at that. There is one red coming from 1 to 0, one green coming from 0 to 1. It means that, as we know, that theory says CMOS transistor consume current only during the switching. And guys, yes, during those switching, whatever the switching curves that I'm having, they are nothing but the current value. I'm having IDD max and IDD average. Both are associated with this one here itself. And guys, look at that. On the right hand side, we are having this power value, I think nothing but on-screen dynamic power estimation of a structure, whatever we design. It is on-screen power estimation. Whatever we design, it's a power of that one. Is it? The next one is voltage versus voltage curve. Have a look over here. It is voltage versus voltage curve. S1, that is VO by V in. You are familiar with this one, everybody, please. And guys, if I'm clicking on X 50% of the same, so whatever the changes you are doing on the right hand side, you need to click on the reset. Okay, so if you are clicking on this X 50%, so look at the value. VC is 0.537 volt at Y equals to VDD by 2. Guys, listen again, the same one. DC load line we find out for your BJTs. There we come across Q point or operating point. The same point is applicable to your CMOS structures too. So ideally, whenever I'm talking about a perfect design, okay, ideally it should be VDD by 2. VDD is what? 1.2 volt. So ideally that point must shift to 0.6 volt. Okay, why this is not coming, we'll tell you. But ideally it should be 0.6. Slope we can take, we can reset the same one by removing this. So you can come across values. Hysteresis will for the Smith trigger will tell you. Frequency versus time curve. Guys, this is a free floating frequency depending on the clock. Okay, whatever the clock you have assigned. So you can modify your clock and you can make it happening. And the last one is your eye diagram. It is an output we are having. It is for the multiple input output variations and used to find out propagation relays and noise margin. We'll explain whenever we are coming across more than one or two inputs over here. I hope you're getting this one. What are the aspects that I'm having? So designing and simulation is not a big shot over here. Okay, it is just simple aspects.
How do we ensure that our device is in which region, active region, like NMOS is in which region, PMOS is in which region? How do we know?
Listen, sir, we should have certain theoretical base for the same one. Look at that.
No, sir. My question is like in a cadence, what happens when we design analog IC design? We can check by enabling some of the features given in the cadence that MOSFET is in region 2, region 3, like that. So region 2 indicates it is there in the active structure region, like that. Yes, so likewise in this tool, is there a provision?
No, sir, we don't have any provision for understanding active, super active regions of simulation over here. Directly, we are having voltage versus voltage curve only. And here we don't have that segregation, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so that's fine. This is what the understanding that we are having. And whenever we are coming across such type of software aspects, sir, thing is that software is basically designed by taking the certain testimonials, the understanding of the people from the academics. Okay, so that's why certain aspects are quite advanced as compared to certain softwares are quite advanced as compared to this one again. But for the academics, that is the best solution that you can. Okay, so these are what the aspects of understanding. And here, guys, first of all, we need to have the sizing factors as we are TR is more as compared to a TF. Okay, So TR is associated with your PMOS transistor and TF is associated with your NMOS transistor. And to match these two together, okay, we need to have certain modifications with your layout. How can be done? How it can be done? That I'm going to explain over here. What is the case over here? TR is more as compared to your TF. Okay, and as you know that, guys, let's have a look. Within 1 minute that can be solved. This is called as mobility principle, how the mobility can be adjustable. Likewise this. Okay, so these structures you all are familiar. Just now we designed. Okay, output node. So guys, whatever the timing I'm having from this to this, I'm having actually two timings. That is what, from VDD to output node. I'm talking about this one. This is one time, and from output node to the ground, the second phase, that what we are having. So TR is associated with your PMOS transistor and TF is associated with your NMOS transistor. I hope you are getting this one. And what is the case? What is the condition over here in terms of simulation? That TR is more. Can I say if my TR is more, that PMOS transistor is slow, because it takes more time to reach from VDD to the output node? Is it fine? So that's why your PMOS transistor is slower. So how can we match? Can we match TF? And this is what we call as the transistor sizing. Okay, so how can we do that? So guys, when we implemented the structure for the first instance, guys, the previously that was 600 nanometer, okay, and that was 120 nanometer. The current was 0.269 for PMOS transistor, whatever we have implemented over here. And for the NMOS, for the same dimensions, the current was 0.378 milliampere. Am I right? Yes, what we did at the earlier for these structures. Now guys, here itself I'm adding one more stuff, that is match TR and TF, which is not actually we are having as far as this design concern. Got it? Okay, how can we match that? What is the majority charge carrier in case of this?
By increasing the width of the PMOS.
Yes, sir. Yes. Very good. Thank you so much, sir. The thing is that, guys, on both the end, we are having certain current. In case of your NMOS transistor, we are having electrons as a majority charge carriers. In case of PMOS, we are having holes as a majority charge carriers. Is it? Now, thing is that as far as the mobility principle, the mobility of electrons is double as compared to the mobility of your holes. Is it? Now the structure is unbalanced. The mobility of electrons is more, holes is less. Okay. Now, question is, why only PMOS? Why not NMOS? Why we can't reduce the current of your PMOS transistor in case of this semi-custom? That is what the question. So thing is that this is by default minimum. We can't lower it down for this technology. If you want to lower width, you need to change the technology. You need to use the lower technology. That is what the aspects over here. Is it? So that's why, guys, to manipulate this one, I can increase the holes. Look at that, how simply you can delete that one. Select a gun, delete it like this. Okay, now go for another MOS transistor and make it as just double. Guys, in industry, we need to use every time, in every design, the size of PMOS is always double as compared to the size of your NMOS transistor. So simply what I'm trying to do, I'm just doubling the width of your PMOS transistor. Yes, current automatically will be increased because it is directly proportional. Generator device. So look at that, the number of contacts, just to minimize the effect of electromigration, there are increases. Okay, linearly with respect to current. Click on that. Again, click on OK. Now, guys, you can simply, once you are once you are doing certain aspects with this software tool, so you need to use all the features of this one. So I'm having this stretch and move option. Let's have a look. Stretch and move from this end, and just click on this end and move it to the lower end. Are you getting this one? Stretch and move. Click on the edge and then connect it like this. So this is what the same structure that I need to do. Click. Don't drag that one. Okay, guys. By making practice, you will be quite comfortable with this tool. Like this one. Then again a VDD on the top side and one more VDD to your anvil. Am I right? The same structures what we did for the previous one with the width lesser as compared to that. Is it? View all and then simulate this one. So look at that, guys. previously that value was 0.4 and 2.1, I guess. Now look at that, the structure is bit balanced. Okay, so in a simple manner, whatever the concept I'm having as far as your academic aspects, why the size of PMOS is always double as compared to NMOS, in a practical aspects, again guys, you can solve in a very decent manner over here. So this is what the sizing of your structures, PMOS and NMOS structures. And one more thing, in case of voltage and voltage curve, guys, if I'm taking now X 50% of the same one, reset that one. So look at that, previously that was 0.547 volt, somewhat like at VDD by 2. Now it is shipped a bit higher. That is what the 0.6. Still, I can say that is the perfect design. We need to make certain calculations on paper so that it will be perfectly can be manageable. Are you getting this one? So software is with you, and now you need to start exploring the features. Until and unless, guys, you started working on that, I know each and every part of each and every aspects of this software tool. So that's why that is quite easy for me. But just watching this software tool and understanding the concept, that is not my suggestion. Is it? Now thing is that what you need to do, listen everybody, just to make you more comfortable, CMOS inverter using 120 nanometer technology. Guys, can you do it for me? Maximum 2 or 3 minutes, more than enough for you all faculties, whoever attending this one. What I'm trying to ask you, CMOS inverter that you need to design using 120, not an issue with that. Right now, I have implemented this structure by using semi-custom design approach. Is it? Now you need to do it by using full custom design approach. First of all, try to design this one. Matching of TR and TF is quite important over there. Guys, one more thing. This is fine. One more thing. Let's have a close look. This is what a polysilicon that I'm having. I'm having 2 dimensions over here. One is width and length. So what according to you will be this horizontal? Yes, as far as MOS transistor concerned, these are 2 important factors associated as far as designing concerned, the width and the length. Okay. If someone asks you, as far as our day-by-day life, what is this? Horizontal one?
Length.
Yes. So guys, don't confuse. If I'm talking about this horizontally, so that will be a length in case of your MOS devices, and that will be a width of your MOS devices. And whenever I'm going to conclude this one with the structure, let's have a look. Whenever I'm talking about the such type of structure in this is what MOS transistor, somewhat NMOS I'm having. If someone asks you to increase the length of a device, so what you need to increase in a horizontal manner? Am I right, guys? Yes. So stretch and move, and you can increase the length of a device. This is what I'm increasing the length of a device. So if someone asks you to increase the width of a device, so what you can do, guys? Am I right? Any? Guys, look at that. The concept is pretty clear.
No, width, in case of width, diffusion,
Yes.
diffusion, what it needs to be.
Yes. So that is what, sir, it is for all whoever are new over here and they are quite not acquainted with that. So guys, this is not the increase in length, width of a device. Okay, let's have a clear look over here. The width and length is associated with this change in color. It means that the overlapping of your diffusion and the polysilicon. So if someone asks you to increase the width of a device, it means that you need to increase this overlapping over here. And guys, I'm having this, where is that option? This measure distance scale. So you can click on that. You can have a measure distance over here. So depending on the width of your NMOS, you can set the width of your PMOS transistor. And this is what a problem statement that you need to solve, and maximum will be. Guys, I'm not killing the time, but this is very mandatory to do it by your own. And that is what the actual motto of from our microwind kind of point of time that you need to do by your own. Can you do it for me? For yes, Swapnil sir, we'll talk on that. Wait for a minute. Guys, question is very simple. Do you got the license file? Don't act like student, guys. Yes, Padmini ma'am. Yes, I'm working on that. So, guys, I'm taking 2 or 3 minutes from this site. Try to design that one so that I can generate the licenses for rest of the people. Start design. Try to mail it to me so that I can open and okay. Try to mail it to me so that I can open and can start. Yes. Yeah, your time start now. Just give me 2 minutes. Yes, guys, have you done it? Please, guys, do it fast. Anybody from the class can share anyone design, okay, .msk file so that I can open and can suggest the changes. I hope you are enjoying the designing perspective, okay? Please share it fast. That's the reason what I told you yesterday. If you send me that license machine IDs, so that is not. I was waiting for your license IDs actually. Okay, listen. Right now, whatever the IDs that I have got from your end, that I have sent, and within 1 minute we'll get that license file. Till then, guys, shall we conclude this one? Please request to you all. Yes, Smita ma'am, that full custom design approach, but until and unless you are not comfortable with the designing approaches, okay, so you can't be that much comfortable with the software tool. So that's the reason I have put down this problem statement with you all, that you need to conclude that one by using full custom design approach. Yes, Shrikant sir, I have generated that one. Will share you as early as I can. Wait for a minute more than that. Padmini ma'am, yes, 3.5 can also be digestible, not an issue as of now, because FinFET only that we are going to cover by using this structure, by using this 3.8. Padmini ma'am, you can
Sir,
use that one.
the placed diffusion, how to select?
Which one, sir?
I have just placed the diffusion, P diffusion in that working area.
Yep.
I just want to select and see that the diffusion being selected is the P or N. How do I do that?
Sir, you need to simply, in case of full custom, you need to simply select that one and draw a box over there. Shall I repeat over here? Wait a second, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, wait, let's have a look. Let's have a look, sir. And such questionnaires really, sir, very helpful for me understanding your gestures over there. Look at that, sir. What you need to do, sir, only what if you are working on N plus NMOS transistor, click on that and try to draw a box like this. Don't bother about the dimensions and all that stuff. We are having,
Okay.
this is just for the practice session that we have put down, so that you will be quite handy with the software tool.
Okay.
Same is the story for P plus diffusion, sir. Draw it like this. Then attach a MOS gate. First of all, you need to design one simple PMOS and NMOS, and then later on you need to go for the connections over there.
Sir, now let us say that N diffusion block you want to select. Suppose say that N diffusion block I want to select. How do I do that?
That you need to modify this N plus diffusion, what you have added.
No. I just want to select that N diffusion block. And
This one?
see the, yes.
And see the
Properties of
Yes.
that block.
Sir, simply you can double click on that.
Okay.
Double click on that. That will provide you the parasitics of the highlighted region. Because, sir, because of this polysilicon, it's split into two parts, na?
No. Though polysilicon is there, but the diffusion block I want to select. How do I do that?
So that is what I'm telling, sir. Before polysilicon, leave that polysilicon, okay? Delete that one. Now, if you double click on that, so these are all the parasitics of this complete N plus diffusion. All the aspects associated with that, all the parameters associated with this N plus diffusion. Fine, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, do it
Thank
fast,
you,
sir.
sir.
I'm waiting for your design. Please try to mail that one.
Okay.
Yeah, waiting, sir. Thank you. Rest of all, any issues, any problems designing this one? Guys, please help me in that. Okay, so I hope most of you are doing that one. So without investing time, guys, I'm going to conclude this problem statement. Let's have a look how simply I can do that one. So thing is that by using full custom, and guys, here the width and length is very important. So that's why, guys, it is a trial and run basis that we need to do. Okay, because in semi-custom we are taking the help of software where the direct values we can put down. But here we are not going to put down the values as we are unaware of the current of every device. Let's have a look. So what I can do, guys, what I can do, a simple CMOS inverter. That's why we need a PMOS, one NMOS by using full custom. Let's have a look how simply I can do. As far as my understanding concerned, I'm just drawing a single NMOS transistor over here. Okay, by using a polysilicon, putting down like this. Okay, and again I need one PMOS transistor. First of all, you can conclude that NMOS in a rapid manner like this. N-type contacts you can generate by your own. Again, N-type contact you can place on this side because it's a NMOS transistor that we are working on. Then again go for P plus diffusion. Simply draw a box like this. P plus
Sir,
diffusion.
should I interrupt you? I have just tried. Can I share the screen?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Or
sure.
should I mail you? Or should I mail you,
Yeah,
sir?
ma'am, mail will be quite better, ma'am.
Okay,
Please.
sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for rest of the student, rest of the guys, this is what I'm doing for you guys. This NMOS is over. What I need a PMOS transistor. So simply draw a PMOS transistor like this. Okay, you can use arrow keys from your keyboard. Okay, P-type material over here. Again, P-type contacts over here. And as far as the structure concerned, what we discussed earlier, I need to wrap it like this. Is it fine? Nothing complications that I've added. A simple PMOS on the top, irrespective of optimization. Okay, don't bother, don't confuse about optimization as of now. We are just simply started with the designing. Okay, now as far as my design schematic concern, that gate of PMOS and NMOS should be connected with each other. Yes, they are connected. And a metal one, by using metal one, these two should be connected, that drain and source, that is what the output node, and a MOS gate, that is what the input node that I need to add. Isn't it so simple, guys? Forget about. And one more thing, we are having a DRC over here, design rule checker. Click on that DRC. Look at that message will become so here. There is no design rule error. Okay, somewhat like that fanciness that we have added over here. DRC, design rule checker. Or if you are having errors like this, look at that, errors like this. And if I'm clicking on that, so it is saying there are DRC errors associated with that. And it is simply highlighting that part. The error is associated with the anvil and a diffusion. Guys, are you getting this one? I have added certain errors in the design. Likewise, I reduced the size of your anvil over here and clicking on DRC. This is one more stuff that you need to add. So it is saying that the extra anvil surrounds diffusion is less than 6 lambda. It means that the spacing between the diffusion and anvil, it should be 6 lambda. So how can we do that? Simply click on stretch and move. Click on the edge and move it to 6 lambda or stretch it to 6 lambda. Click on that. Click on the DRC. Look at that. The error can be removed. So all the options only can be explored until and unless you started working on this software tool. Guys, just software is with you, license is with you. Try to design that one. I will get the rest license within 1 minute. Definitely will share you and will give you 2 or 3 minutes for the same one for completing the design. So now design is ready. Try to make VDD on the top, one more VDD for your anvil, one VSS node to this remaining of this. Am I right, everybody? Yes, just like this, a clock that I'm making it as name, labeling it as in. Rest values you can modify. The output node, assign that one. Click on view all. Look at that. How simply you can implement the structures. Okay, now simulate this one. I was talking about the voltage versus time curve, the first one. So look at that. What is happening with me? Rise time is 6.9 and fall time is 4.2. Now, if you come across the problem statement, guys, forget about this one. Up to this, that is almost done. Everything is done. That designing of CMOS inverter using full custom. Nothing to worry about that. Now the issue is only associated with this TR and TF. Am I right? TR and TF. So what I can do? Same stuff. What sir already explained that one. You can increase the width of a device. Why we are increasing width only, guys? As you know that IDS is directly proportional to width and length, width by length. Okay? So if I increase the width, the current of a device only can be increased at that time. Am I right, everybody? And length, if you increase that one, the current will be reduced. But we need to increase the current of a device, so that's why. So now, guys, this is what default NMOS reference design that I'm having. We can't lower it down because 1 lambda I need on every side of your contact, what we have added. That is what the basic structure of your NMOS. Now I need to increase for matching TR and TF. What I can do, I need to increase the width of your PMOS transistor. How can I increase the width? Guys, horizontally, it is nothing but the length, and vertically, the overlapping of TR, diffusion and polysilicon is nothing but the width. Try to increase it a little bit. This is what a random design that we are selecting over here, or the straightforwardness can be done like this. Try to measure the width of this NMOS and try to double it down directly. But I just want to tell you the show that how it can be make step by step. So I have increased a little bit. Try to simulate this one. So look at that. Previously that was 6.9. Now it is just by increasing the current of that one. So TR is a bit less, but that is not match again. Again, I need to increase a little bit width of this one. I need to increase this one, increase it like this. Okay. Again, you can click on DRC, guys. Every time, whatever the modifications you are doing over here, you can click on DRC, modify that one. So look at that. Now, this is what a reverse case. Guys, have you noticed that one? TR is less as compared to TF. It means that current of your PMOS transistor is more as compared to the current of your NMOS transistor. So that case again, it means that current is more. So you can again reduce the structures and you can find out the solutions over here. Thing is, only you need to understand by increasing the width of a device, the current of a device can be increased and TR and TF can be matched with each other. Are you getting this one, everybody, please? So this is what a sizing factor that you need to understand. Yes, I got that licenses, guys. We'll share that license first. That's fine. Smita ma'am didn't got your design.
Yes, sir. I was listening to you right now. I have one doubt, sir, regarding that.
That's fine. Yeah.
What's the difference between that flash gate and FET gate, sir? Flash gate layer and FET gate layer.
Yes.
Either of the two can be used.
Ma'am, listen. If you are having the FIN over there, it means that you are working on FinFET technology, 14 nanometer. Yes, okay, you need to select another technology other than FinFET. At that time, you will come across that MOS gate and flash gate. They are the FIN gate over there. We are having a session on that FinFET, but later on. First of all, we need to understand the CMOS first. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. For that, you need to select file, select foundry, and
yes, that I left, sir. Select foundry, and from that I forget to select the specified 120 nanometer technology. That's why it has appeared. Yes, sir.
That's why that is a FIN and flash gate are there. Now, ma'am, we are having one module over there. For everybody, I'm just discussing this one. We are having this MOS gate and the flash gate. These are two types of gates associated with this MicroWin software tool. Okay, they are the gates only, but having a different portions in the design. Likewise, is it visible in 3D? Not now. Let me make it on center. So look at that. These are the lower one was the MOS and the upper one was the flash gate. Okay, that is called in simple language. We can call it as polysilicon 1 and polysilicon 2. So in case of floating gate memory simulator, okay, this is one of the aspects in VLSI. So here the electrons are or holes, depending on the structures, they are saturated. And if it is providing or exposing to the ultraviolet rays, that can be removed. So that is called as a floating gate memory aspects in case of VLSI, which is also associated with the software tool. So that's why, guys, these are two gates associated with the structures. And there is a very, in terms of nanometer, there is a gap between these two gates while designing. Okay. Is it fine, Smita ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anybody, any doubt? Have you done this one? Please, guys, reply in terms of yes or no. Rakesh sir, have you done it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm waiting for your design, sir. Please share one or two people so that I can open that one and tell you what are the issues or how we can modify the structures. Manoj Kumar sir, are you there? Meenakshi ma'am. Everybody, please. Sarita ma'am. So guys, that will add my confidence, and that will be quite beneficial for us so that we can move for the next one, which are very important. So I'm waiting for you guys, and we'll share that license file. Just give me a minute. Till then, complete that design and share with me, please. Yes, guys, I have shared. Yes, Manoj Kumar sir, I have shared the structure. I have shared the license with you all. Everybody, the remaining, whoever sent me the machine ID, I have shared the license on their mail ID, and I have mentioned that path where you need to keep that one. So please do it on the priority. Everybody. So as of now, Smita, ma'am, I have sent Smith, yes. Vice 4 that I have sent. Pahurkar that I have sent. Honade sir that I have just sent the mail to you. Zakir Hussain sir, yes, I have sent it to you. Swapnil Badar sir, Padmini ma'am, Nasiruddin sir, I have sent the license file. Have you got it, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Just
yes,
try
I got it.
to
Yes, sir.
locate it. Not it.
Received, sir.
Yep.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. I am Dr. Subrata Kumar Devnath from Kolkata. Can you please tell me what I have to do with the license?
Have you got that license file with you, sir?
Yes, sir. I have got it.
Yes. Now do one thing, sir. I have mentioned the path over there.
Okay.
In that mail itself.
Okay.
C drive, program
Okay.
files,
Okay.
Microwin 3.8.
Okay.
So you need to paste that file, copy
Okay.
that file with that location
Okay.
only, sir.
Okay. 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 Thank you. Thank you.
Do
Thank
it,
you
sir,
very much.
and directly click on register automatically. that
Sharing
will be
of
done.
screen will not be there, sir. Can you please share the screen
Yep, sure, ma'am. Wait a second.
or make it off, sir?
Wait a second. We are just loading the license over there. Everybody, please, whatever the license file you have got over here, so just go to this location, C drive, program file 86, Microwin 3.8, and paste that file with this location and turn on your Microwin. Automatically, that 3.8 will be there. It works fine. Okay, shall we move further, please?
Yes, sir. I have shared the layout, sir. Did you receive on your personal mail ID? Can you please check, sir?
Wait a second, ma'am. Eight to receive, ma'am. Yes. Shall we do it fast? Rest who have not done that one, guys, at least make one file from your end. Yes, Smita ma'am, I got it. I'm just opening your layout.
Sir, there is one doubt. Now you sent me that license copy. I pasted it, but before that my version was working 3.8.
That's fine, no, ma'am.
Okay.
Any stuff. Is it working? No, that's fine, because
Yes.
same I'm copying it for many times, so that's why that's the thing. Listen, guys, everybody, please have a look over here.
Hello. Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes,
Hello.
Subrata sir. Yep.
Yes, sir. My 3.8.5 it is already working, so there is no problem.
That's fine, sir. Not an issue
Okay.
with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Then what I have to do? I just attend the seminar and conference, and that's all.
Yeah, that's fine, sir.
Okay,
It is
okay.
working. So
Yeah,
you can,
yes, it is
don't
working.
replace that one. Don't
Okay.
replace that.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, share the layout, sir. Subrata sir, design and share it, please.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, design whatever I'm telling over here and try to share that one with my mail so that I can open and suggest certain modifications over there. if
Okay.
it is there.
Where it is given, the
Yep.
task, where it is given, sir, please.
So this is what till now we are doing. CMOS inverter using 120 nanometer, and you need to find out the TR and TF.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And okay. And where I shall get that workplace?
So by using that, yeah, you will come across these two icons, no, sir?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So this is what
In my desktop.
Yes, on your desktop.
Okay. 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 Thank
Save
you,
the
sir.
file and share.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Smita ma'am, let me check. Yes. Are you there, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everybody,
I'm
please.
there.
Yes. That is a
I
very.
have not matched. I have not matched sir W and L.
That's fine. That's fine, Smita ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Just, but I'm very happy to see that certain attempts you have made and you have shared that one. That is the happiest thing that I'm coming across. Don't worry about that. Okay. Listen, ma'am. What changes or what are the modifications? Rest of the participant, again, you can come across and you think out what modifications on your layout can also be done. First thing is that if I'm going to simulate this one, so look at that, what is happening? Thing is that the rise time and fall time is in the range of 8.10, 8.10, 5.40, somewhat like it's in picosecond, is it? So first thing you can do it, you can reduce, look at that, the size of the length of both the device is 5/57 lambda. Guys, are you aware of that one? Are you coming across over there? Look at that, it is 5/57. So minimum length of a device for this technology is 2 lambda. Minimum it should be 2 lambda. Are you getting my point? Look at that, minimum it should be like this only. And that mean you need to assign over here. That is what the first thing that you can do. You can modify minimum, whatever the polysilicon you are attaching, that should be minimum for 2 lambda. First thing. Now try to simulate that one. So look at that. Whatever the values we are having in terms of 8 and 9, guys, so it drops down to 4 and 3. Are you getting everybody?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So that drops down
Agree.
to 4 and 3. The first thing that you need to modify in such a cases. Smita ma'am, are you getting this one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in my case, in my tool, sir, I don't see MOS gate, sir. I am seeing there instead of MOS gate,
There is a fin gate.
FinFET gate I'm seeing.
Yes, yes. Sir, thing is that I already explained that one. That first thing, whenever I'm coming across this software, you need to modify the foundry.
Okay, okay.
While select foundry, select that whatever we are having, sir, just try to keep an eye on this one. That was a FinFET 14 nanometer. You need to select any one out of that rather than FinFET.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So Smita ma'am, look at that. One more thing again, try to make it less. Okay, because NMOS is our reference, is always our reference value. Okay, so try to reduce the size of that one as far as optimization concerned. This is a later on step that you need to modify one. Okay, so look at that again, a little bit changes will happen. 4.2 and 3.9, there is not that much difference between these two. So such type of modification only I will come across. Mom, it is a very advanced education that we are doing. So that helps me a lot whenever you are going to share your design with me. Thank you so much, mom. Try to modify and try to simulate the same one.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Anybody from the class interested to share the structures? For those who have started right now. Yes, Swapnil sir, thank you so much. Okay, that's fine, guys. I need to move on. Please, time is very short, guys. Yes, Swapnil sir, thank you so much for your layout. Again, have you matched TR and TF? Swapnil sir, are you there? There is a huge difference between 6.6 and 3.6. Designing till this point is not an issue. That easily you can do. What about this? That problem statement we can't move until and unless we are matching TR and TF. Try to modify the structures. How can you modify? Try to make it as a reference value. Everybody, have a look. Try to make it as small as you can, because it is what the reference that I am having. Okay. And if I'm simulating it like this, so look at that. Almost you can come across. Swapnil sir, that second aspect that you need to do. Anybody from the class? Shall we move further? Sir, your voice is not clear. Shall we move further, please?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Swapnil sir.
Sir, actually, before getting the license, we
Uh-huh.
have run with a demo version.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that times we are having a MOS gate.
Okay.
And, when I save the file with that MOS gate,
Huh?
and after that I reopen it using the license ID, so that the
Huh?
MOS gate is changed with that FinFET gate. And that's
Listen,
why,
listen. everybody. Swapnil sir, have a look. That message is for everyone. Everybody is stucking up with that fin and later on. Let's have a look. Please, everybody, leave the machine and let's have a look with me. Everybody, requesting you all. Thing is that whenever I'm going to open this Micron software tool, first time, okay, that license message will come. You need to say okay to this one. So at the first instant, look at that. It is a 14 nanometer foundry is selected over here. By default is 14 nanometer. So that's why the gate is FinFET and flash gate. Now what I need to do, I need to select the foundry. That is the first item that I need to perform every time. That select anyone other than FinFET foundry. Now that gate will be a MOS gate. That technology by default was a FinFET technology, which we are having a session later on. Right now, we need to make more comfortable with the MOS technology, CMOS technology. So, please select that one, file, select foundry, click on this 012 or any other technology, unless 14 nanometer, other than 14 nanometer. Select that 012, automatically that will be a MOS and flash. Is it fine, everybody? Shall we move further, please?
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Vandana ma'am, I have shared the license file with you, I guess. Are you there, ma'am?
On email
Or email ID on email, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I have shared it on your mail ID.
Still, I am not getting it.
I will check.
Wait, I will check. I am
Please, please.
checking actually.
Yes, is it your mail ID? This is what? Have a look over here. vandanaporkar@gmail.com. This one?
Yes.
I have just shared that one. Please check.
G. Yes, sir. VANDANA.
Yes, ma'am. हे इथे चेक करू शकता तुम्ही. Okay, guys, please, our time constraint, please, time constraint. Otherwise, automatically that meeting will be resolved. Have a look. Shall we move further?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, everybody have a look. And within break that we can solve the aspects. Okay, don't worry about that. Now, I'm moving towards guys, have a look. Please have a look over here. Okay, everybody, shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shikhan sir didn't get the mail.
तिने का बसली तिकडे.
Sir, I have sent you the mail. Shikhan Onode sir. Okay, now listen. Now what you need to do, you need to design a CMOS inverter. I'm not going to help you anymore over here. Now you are quite comfortable with the designing. Have a look over here. Same one CMOS inverter using 120 nanometer. Guys, don't confuse to select the foundry. Please, it's a request to you all. Don't confuse to select the foundry. The first thing, whenever you are going to open file, select the foundry, whatever mentioned in your problem statement, and then go for the design. Please, it's a request to you all. Is it fine? What it is saying, till this point, there is no issue what I feel. Now, guys, till this designing perspective, we are only using clock as an input. Is it? Now, I have mentioned that rather than using a clock, you need to assign a sine wave as an input over there. but these parameters that you need to assign as a sine wave. Am I right? And again, guys, I am adding, look at that problem statement is increasing line by line, and that is what the motto behind this type of workshop. Okay, simulation parameters 20 nanosecond. Comment on the output. First of all, you need to predict what will be the output, and then after prediction, guys, you need to comment on the output. Is there any issue, guys? Please. What you need to do? Let's have a look. First of all, select the Foundry. I have selected this one. Then go for a simple inverter. How can we design that one? It is a semi-custom based approach. MOS generator, PMOS transistor that you need to put down. Again, MOS generator, click on the NMOS transistor and put it down like this. Isn't it so simple? Just by clicking stretch and move. Have a look, guys. Stretch and move. Connect those two together. Connect those two together. Is it? It's a simple inverter. A VDD on the top, a VDD on anvil, and VSS on the remaining terminal. MOS gate, it means that input node over here, and a simple one, already explained that one 2 or 3 times. Clock. Now listen, guys, what you need to do. Whenever I'm going to attach a clock, everybody please have a look. Whenever I'm going to attach a clock, click on the clock, assign over here, and here, rather than assigning a clock, I need to click on the sinus. That is what the sine wave. I have already mentioned that sine wave parameters over here. It should be a sine wave on the input side. Am I right, everybody? So it should be a sinus parameters, whatever I have given, that you need to mention. That is, amplitude should be 0.3, frequency 1000 megahertz, and their offset should be 0.6. I hope everybody is familiar with the offset. What is that offset stands for? Assign that one, and a visible node on the output side. That is, S1 will be my visible node. Can you do that?
Yes,
guys,
sir.
design
Yes,
an inverter fast, but we are killing the time. Only 20 minutes are remaining. That alarm is going on over here. Guys, I'm having lot more things for you. Please do it fast. 1 or 2 from the class. CMOS inverter, input as a clock. Guys, simply you can double click and modify. Okay, you can double click anywhere and you can modify the stuffs. Double click on the clock, make it assign with the parameters. I'm waiting for maximum 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, for you. Please share anyone from the class. This is what a problem statement, and you need to design it like this. Time start now, maximum 2 or 3 minutes, guys. And whenever you are simulating this one, the simulation parameter should be 20 nanosecond. Okay, it should be 20 nanosecond that you need to add. Your time start now, please. I hope everybody is having the software tool and they are using it on their machine. Guys, please.
Sir, please check. I have sent the mail.
Yep. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Swapnil, sir. That's fine. That's fine. Have you simulated this one, Swapnil sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Getting
have you
amplified
simulated
output.
with what is your opinion, sir? What is your observations in short?
We are getting amplified output.
Yes, inverted amplified output. It is inverted, no, sir?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yep. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, we're seeing this one. Okay, sir. Okay, Shrikant sir. I will explain this one. Wait for a minute. Let me finish this one first. Everybody, have you done this one? So this is what I got from Swapnil sir, and I'm just simply simulating this one. So look at
Done,
that.
sir.
Yep, look at that. What is happening? So as far as the input variation concern, look at that. What is input that I have explained? That amplitude should be 0.3. Frequency doesn't matter. Okay, and the offset should be 0.6. 0.6 means what? It will start from 0.6, will reach to 0.9 as amplitude is 0.3, and again that cycle will happen. Okay, that is for the sine wave. And I have mentioned that you need to make the simulation parameter with 20 nanosecond. It means that whatever the time scale you are having, it should be a 20 nanosecond just to observe the result over here. This is what from your end, and I'm very happy that aspects, whatever I'm explaining, you are understanding over there. Look at the sine wave. If you click on that, this is 0.6 reaching to 0.9, again reaching down to 0.3. That is what is switching from 0.3 to 0.9 that I'm having. And look at my output, guys. It is between 0 to 1.2 volt. Obviously, that is inverted. Look at that. If from the lower end, I'm having 1, and for the higher end, I'm having 0 over here. Is it? So what is your conclusion? If I'm applying a sine wave on the input of CMOS inverter, can I say it provides me the inverted amplified output on the output side? Am I right, everybody? Yes, this is what happening. Look at this. This is what input that we are adding over here. And if I'm making it as like this, so it is the amplified but inverted output. That is what the property of your CMOS inverter. Question is, why this is happening? When I'm applying a sine wave to the input of CMOS inverter, it provides me the amplified inverted output. Inverted is fine, not an issue with that. But why it is amplified? Is there any logic? So simply, guys, you need to come across the DC transfer characteristic curve. If I'm coming across this one, this is what a theoretical base that VO by V in curve that we call it as. And you can come across the theories over here. So in DC transfer characteristic curve, guys, whenever I'm applying a sine wave, it means that we are forcing this structure to work only with this region. Okay, we are simply forcing this. This is what a sine wave that we are assigning with certain values. And this is why definitely shifting is there. So this is what the amplified output that we are coming across. Are you getting this, everybody? So this is what a theoretical base, and practically you can simply provide the understanding to your student as far as your understanding also can be get cleared over here. I hope everybody got that one. Same stuff, guys, please, same stuff. Rather than that, within the same one, input should be a PWL. I will explain it one more time, okay? Don't worry. PWL is nothing but the piecewise linear, okay? And sequence. Guys, don't bother, don't confuse, okay? Nothing rocket science that I have implemented over here. CMOS inverter, as it is, whatever you have designed. Now, rather than clock or sine wave, I need to assign a piecewise linear. Piecewise linear is a specific type of input where you can provide the input sequence. Are you getting my point? Yes, double click on this, simply double click on that, click on PWL, piecewise linear. Now you can put down the sequence, what I have told you, or according to you, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, likewise, any stuff you can put down, okay? Thing is that you need to click on insert option. click on the insert option, that preview is available over here. Let's have a look. Whatever the sequence you are assigning, that preview is available over here. Insert keल्यानंतर, after inserting that one, assign and simulate. So definitely guys, as per as your sequence, what you have mentioned, likewise this 0, 1, 0, this is 1, 1, whatever the sequence you have added, it is just providing you the inverted output on the output side. Are you getting this, everybody? So you can write down any problem statement and you can follow DIY, do it yours by your end also, because license software tool is, I guess that is for a month. Okay, whatever the cycles we are having for this and next 3 cycles for this college. So that is with you and that can be again done. I hope everybody got this one.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Subhangi ma'am. Anybody from the class, is there any issue associated with that?
No, sir.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, please.
I have seen somewhere the statement like how can we increase and decrease the rise time, fall time by varying the load capacitor?
Yes.
Here
yes,
we are
yes.
doing it with W/L ratio, but it also can be done
Yes,
with capacitor. How is that
Yes.
related?
Yes,
Just can
yes,
we
yes.
elaborate, please?
Yep, definitely. Ma'am. With the same structures I'm doing, look at that. Ma'am, first of all, the flow would be like that. Load is another issue. First of all, you should be acquainted with this one, and then the load comes in a picture. Let's have a look. How can we do that? I'm simply assigning it as a clock. Okay, rather than going for Sahin or PWL, I'm assigning it as a clock. Okay, and I'm simply modifying Swapnil sir's layout. Okay, so I'm taking an output node from this output side. Okay, a visible node I'm assigning over here, and here look at that, in a second row third icon, that is called as a virtual capacitance, just for the simulation purpose that I'm going to use. Okay, actual capacitance also can be implemented by using micro software tool. Okay, so that load capacitance I'm adding over here. Everybody, are you getting this one? What I did, I simply click on this virtual capacitance and attaching on the output side. Here you need to put down the values of your capacitance. Smita ma'am, I need to modify that statement. The rise time and fall time can be modified by attaching a load capacitance.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so what it means, when I'm going to attach a load capacitance over here, it means that what according to you should be increased? What about rise time and fall time? Everybody, that question is for everyone. Rise time and fall time should be increase or decrease?
Reducing the value should reduce the rise time.
Listen. Right now we don't have any capacitance. If I'm simulating this one, I'm simulating is for, let's say, 2 nanosecond time scale. So the value is 5.1, 2.4, rise time and fall time. Everybody have a look, please. Now, if I'm double click on that, look at the capacitance. Okay, that is by default inbuilt capacitance, 10 is to minus 18. Okay, what I'm having over here. Now, if I'm attaching a load capacitance, value is 0.001 picofarad, for example, or less than that, again, you can put down.
Both should increase.
Yes, ma'am?
Both should increase rise time
Yes,
and fall time.
definitely. Ma'am, just everybody, from my guru idol, that practical example I'm solving, okay? Designing a CMOS is just like comparing this CMOS with a tab in a bathroom. Right? Just try to correlate that one. For your MOS transistor, we are having 3 terminals, gate, drain and source. For a tab in a bathroom, we are having 3 terminals. That is tank, gate, that is what the tab, and the bucket. Just to try to correlate all this with this one. Water is always coming from the tank, so I can treat this one as a source. The whole operation is dependent upon the gate. Okay, it means that we can call it as, yes, Sachin Chavan sir, are you there? Let me finish that one. Later on, I will ask you the problem. Raising your hand. and the last one is bucket. So whenever I'm attaching a load over here, it means that we are increasing the size of a bucket. And if you increase the size of a bucket, the time to fill that bucket also get increases, and time to increase the emptying the bucket is also get increases. It means that attaching a load always increases the rear and TF. What about power? Definitely guys, power also get increases over there. So try to simulate this one. So look at that. Previously that was in the range of 5 and 4, 5 and 2. Now it is in the range of 9 and 6. So by putting down the value, it is actually loading capacitance can be added to increase only, ma'am. The TR and TF only will be increases.
Yes.
Look at the current. Look at the current. Because of that, that gaps will be widened. The switching gaps will be widened between input and output. And because of that, the current value also get increases, ma'am, over here. Same is the stuff with power. Previously that was in the range of 2 point something microwatt. Now it is in the range of 5 point something microwatt. So definitely TR and TF will be increases, power will be increases, and your current value will also get increases. Yes, everybody. Yes, who raised that hand over there? Chavan sir, are you there? Yes, Abha Shukla ma'am, my name is Shrikant Datkarne. Everybody, is there any issue understanding this one?
No, sir.
Okay, so shall we move further, please? So this is what the aspects whenever I'm talking about the various input variations. I hope everybody is with me and they are understanding what exactly I'm trying to do over here. Okay. Yes, Shubhangi ma'am, thank you for your reply. Yep, I will check and we'll open over here. That's fine. Okay, shall we move further? Let's have a look. This is what guys, full custom that we observe, semi-custom that we observe. Now guys, we will move towards the standard cell design approach. For example, I'm going for the new. Everybody have a look over here. Okay, so these two are going to over. Now I'm going to check for this standard cell design approach, where everything, guys, this is very important and simplest ever understanding. Everything we need to do by the software itself. Only the notes visible that we need to make by ourselves, but rest of all the stuff is done by software itself. Let's have a look. Let's have a look over here, guys. In compile, when you open that one, first thing you need to select the Foundry. Okay, don't forget to open that one. Then compile one logic gate. That option is there. Have a look, everybody. Here you need to find out the equation. You need to write down the equation. That is what the Boolean expression directly by using those symbols. That is for the inverter and or that is a straight line. Likewise, y equals to inverse of a. Are you getting my point? That symbol you need to add from your keyboard. Okay, y equals to inverse of a, or you can explore this. You can put down any equation from that one also. We are having multiple equations over there. Y equals to inverse of a. Compile that one. Automatically, guys, look at that. Automatically, inverter structure is in a picture. Isn't it so simple? Isn't it so simple? What I did, one more time, everybody. Shrikant sir, are you there?
Yes.
Shrikant sir. That is from the first time, okay? From the scratch, I'm telling you over here. Let's have a close look over here. What I did, open the software tool, file, select Foundry, select that 012.rule. Yes, that message will become over here. Until here, everybody is comfortable. Now go to compile. Compile one logic kit option is there. Click on that. Put down the equation, or simply you can click on these symbols, whatever you want. don't worry, don't bother about the symbols or the Boolean expression. How can we write down? Click on inverter. Automatically that inverter structure will be in a picture, or you can write down the Boolean expressions over there by using those symbols associated. Is it fine? Now, thing is that I can simulate this one. That is only the thing. Look at that. What it is saying in voltage versus time curve, there is no visible node found. And if you want to assign the visible node, open that structure and all that stuff it is saying. But in a simple word, I can tell you guys, click on these draw boxes, double click on this in, have a look, double click on this in, look at that what it is saying. It is acting as a variable. What we need, it should be a clock, pulse, sine, any stuff. I'm making it as clock. Make it visible in simulation. Everybody please have a look. Make it visible in simulation and assign. Look at that, what will happen? That clock is in a picture, that is input is in a picture. Now what we need to do, again draw boxes, click on this inverter. This is what the output, na guys, on the output side, here I'm talking about. Double click on that. It should be a variable, make it visible in simulation, assign. Are you getting my point? Everybody please.
Yes, sir.
Sir, again.
Yeah, one more time. Have a close look. Guys, have a close look. Open the software tool, select the foundry. Everybody, how to select that one first. Now we are working on a standard cell design approach. We are taking the help of the software tool. Compile one logic gate. Everybody, you can note down the steps. I'm having the video of the same one, so don't worry about that. Compile one logic gate. Here, put down the equation. You are having multiple options. Y equals to inverter of A. This is the first option that you can write down the expression by using this symbol, or you are having this menu bar that you can directly select that one, or you can click on this symbol also. Get it? Click on compile. That will be in a picture, but you can't directly simulate this one because there is no visible node. For that, guys, double click on A, or you can draw boxes, click on draw box, because most of the time, guys, the stretch and move or gun or zoom in option is selected over there.
Double click on
double click on A.
Yes, sir. Double click on A.
Yeah.
After that,
Clock on this.
clock.
Double click on A.
Clock. Okay. Yes, sir.
Double click
Clock.
on A, open A, make it as clock.
Okay, sir.
Make it visible in simulation. Everybody,
Yes.
are you with me?
Now
Everybody? Yep. And again, click on Y. It should be a variable because it is output node. Make it visible in simulation only because it is a variable always. Output is always a variable. Assign that one. And now simulate this. So definitely, guys, you will come across the input versus output curve over here. Is it fine, everybody?
Yes,
so this
sir.
is what we call as the semi-custom design standard cell design approach. It means that we can simply design and convert into its layout by putting down the Boolean expressions. I hope everybody is comfortable with this. Yes, Nalini ma'am, that's fine. Everybody, Smita ma'am saying yes. Guys, whatever the feedback you are doing now, that will boost my again confidence, and I can go much more at a thing over there. Okay, now listen. This is all about the layout designing. Guys, I will show you a simplest option one more time. Let's have a look, please. After installation, till this point, we'll come across. We are simply working on this Microwin software tool. Barabar? This is what a core layout designing. Now, guys, time to come across this DSCH, that is Digital Schematic Editor and Simulator. It is a subordinate software tool with this Microwin tool. Simply, it is very simplest ever. Double click on this, open it simply. Yes, second one icon. You can click F5 from your keyboard. That is from monochrome or black and white colors. That depending on you guys. Okay. Now here, thing is the same one. You need to select the foundry as we did for the earlier one. How can we select that one? File, select foundry, and open that 012.tool over there. Is it? It is selected over here. Now guys, look at that. That black screen, whatever I'm having, it's a workspace, simple workspace. F5 you press, if you press that once, you will come across monochrome and color. On the right hand side, we are having a symbol library, and all digital symbols are associated with this symbol library. Are you getting my point? Every symbol of your digital electronics is there, associated with there. Some advanced symbols are also there. Okay, and just like an inverter, what we need, just click and drop, click and drop. Here on the topmost side, guys, I'm having an add a line option. Are you with me, everybody? Make the connections LO dot to LO dot that you need to connect by your own. That is what the input node, that is what the output node, VDD on the top side and VSS on the bottom side. Input in terms of 0 and 1 and output in terms of 0 and 1, as it's a digital simulator. Are you getting my point, everybody? Please. As it's a digital simulator, the input is in terms of button, that is 0 and 1, and the output is in terms of 0 and 1, that is in terms of LED. Are you getting my point, everybody? Have you done this? Now simulate this one. So look at that. For 0, my PMOS is on, NMOS is off, and we are having 1 on the output side. Am I right? If I'm clicking on 1, so look at that. The condition is reverse, and 0 and 1 we are getting on the output side. Everybody, please. Is it fine? So, and one more thing, as far as your manual concern or report concern, I'm having a timing diagram over here. Click on that timing diagram. So it will provide you the real-time clicking, real-time digital simulation of the symbolic representation, what we have done over here. Shall I repeat one more time? It's very simplest one. Look at that. The second icon that I have opened, it's the simplest ever, guys. First thing is that I need to select the foundry. That is what I have selected. Same one, 012.technology. That is what a rule file. Then click on NMOS, click on PMOS as again CMOS inverter as a basic cell that we are doing. The output node, a clock on the button as it's a digital simulator, and LED on the output side, VDD on the top, and one VSS on the bottommost side. Isn't it so simple? Now you can simulate the structure, double click on that, single click on that green button, simulation run, and you can modify the input output variations. You can check the input output variations. First of all, you need to stop the simulation, and then you need to click on the timing waveform. So this is what, guys, a real-time clicking, real-time timing waveform that we can come across. I hope everybody is with me and they are doing the stuff what I'm trying to deliver over here. Okay. Again, guys, there is a trick in the design. Okay, let's have a look. How can we use this software? What is importance of this tool? Guys, listen, I can convert this schematic directly into its layout. Are you with me, please? I can convert this schematic into its layout. How? Look at that. First thing, I need to save it as I'm saving it as on the desktop with the name INV. Automatically, guys, the extension it is going to take automatically. You don't have to push it down. That is inverter SCH. Look at that. Inverter.inv.sch automatically will be available on the desktop. Now, guys, go to again file. Then I'm having the make Verilog file. Click on make Verilog file. Look at that. This is what switch level Verilog code available automatically. And one more thing, there is no limitation at all. You can make it for a 2000 lines code over here at the same instant. Okay, so this is what a switch level Verilog code generated. Say okay to this one. Look at that. This is what inv.v file. And once the first file where you are going to save, all the files will be saved at the same destinations. Are you getting my point, everybody? So firstly, I have saved it on the desktop. So rest all the files automatically saved on my desktop itself. This is what .v file generated. That's done from this end. Now open your Microwind, go for the new layout. I hope everybody is with me. Then go to compile. Here I'm having, just now we use that compile one logic gate. Now I how to use compile Verilog file. Click on that compile Verilog file and browse that one. inv.v file. Are you getting my point? Open. Same code will open over here. Compile. Back to editor. So guys, this is what a direct conversion of a schematic into its layout. I hope everybody is getting that one. It seems a bit complicated. So after a post-lunch session, definitely I will make certain light on that. So how that complications can be removed. Are you with me, everybody? Have you designed this one in by using DSCH? Isn't it so simple?
Yes, sir.
Yes. From all the class, guys, at least 50-60% I am expecting that those people are doing certain stuff by their own.
Yes, sir, we heard it.
Yes, Shrikant sir, have you done it? Yeah. But I will. I'm just following this one. Wait a second, guys. Everybody, have you designed this one? Okay. Now go to file. Go to file. Save as with certain name on the desktop. Please, it's a request to you all. Have you saved it? Save as on the desktop. Irrespective of extension, only put down the name and say OK to this one. Say OK to this one. Have you done this? Come on, guys. Okay. Now again, go to file. Once you save that one, go to file. Here I am having the option of make Verilog file. Click on that. Done. Only say OK to this one. Nothing you need to do. Only say OK to this one. Same .v file will be saved on the desktop where you saved the first one. Done, everybody? Now work of this DSCH is over. Now go to Micromin. Go for a new design. Done. Click on compile. Make compile Verilog file. Click on compile Verilog file. And that Verilog file you need to open simply. Nothing to do. Only you need to open that one. Setting I will tell you later on. That is routing setting is the later on part. Only you need to click on compile. Back to editor. So that is what layout conversion directly.
The steps after Verilog.
Sir, after very long file, what we have to do?
Okay. Have you generated this Verilog file?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it is saved on the same destination where you have saved your schematic. It's fine. Swapnil sir.
Not saved, sir. Yet.
Yes, sir.
Have you got this inverter.sch file or any name with sch?
Yes. I heard it.
So yeah, at the same destination, guys, where you saved your schematic file, at the same destination your v file, .v file. This is what, look at that. Extension is .v. Automatically that will saved at the same destination where you saved your schematic one.
Yes.
Not getting this one. Shall I repeat one more time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, don't confuse.
Yes, sir.
Just copy the steps, what I'm trying to do. Please, everybody, design CMOS inverter in schematic. Have you done it? Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Go to file. Click on save as.
Yes, sir. Save as.
I'm saving it on desktop. You also saved it on the desktop. I'm saving it as with the name DG inverter. Have you done it? Name it properly and make save on the desktop. Have you saved it, Swapnil sir, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Done, sir.
Okay. Go to your desktop. Have you seen that schematic file?
Yes.
Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Now again go to schematic. Go to file. Click on make Verilog file. Click on make Verilog file. Click only. Have you clicked?
Yes, sir.
Click on OK only. Nothing to do. Click on OK only.
Okay, sir.
Look at that. On the desktop, you will come across one more file with the same name. Have you done it, Vandana ma'am?
Yes, sir. Example is there.
Yes, example. But first example extension is .sch and second example
Yes,
extension is .v. Automatically that will come. You don't have to assign any extension.
Okay.
Done? Yeah.
Done.
Now go to Microwin. Go for the new design. Means screen should be blank. Go for the new design.
No design.
Done.
Done.
Click on compile.
Then very long.
Compile Verilog file.
Very long.
Click on that. Have you done it? I'm waiting for your response, ma'am, sir.
Yes,
Whoever-
yes, sir.
And now open that last file, whatever we are having. Open that last one. That whatever
Yes,
example.p will be there, na? Open that one. Same code will be open over here. Click on the compile
Yes.
Yes.
and back to editor. So that will be a layout conversion, guys. That link is going to be over. Okay, just try to make it. I'm stopping here for lunch break,
Okay.
and we'll come across exactly on 3:15. I hope that will be comfortable.
Done, sir.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Complete, sir.
The conversion is done. Is there any issues with this? You can call me on my mobile, or you can give me the access on any desk. I can directly access your machine and will tell you what are the issues associated.
Okay, sir.
Anybody? Yes, layout generated. Thank you so much, Padmini ma'am. Guys, I hope you are getting what I'm trying to explore over here. And these
Yes,
are
sir.
what the important stuff, guys. Next session time will be, Ajit sir, are you there? 3:15 will be better, guys.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Vishal sir, thank you. So guys, that link is going to be expired. So I will meet around 3:15. Okay. And then we'll have enough time of understanding electron. Yes, Joshi. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yep, I will do it. Can you send me your machine ID? Sir, are you getting that one? Nasiruddin sir, what I'm trying to deliver, you are getting this stuff, na? Please, sir, that is quite important, because a lot more energy that we need to invest whenever we are having a distance education. I hope whatever the efforts I'm taking over here, you are quite comfortable with that. Okay, I will check that one, sir, and revert to you. Wait for a minute. Okay, sir, link is going to be expired. We'll revert to you. Okay, don't worry. Thank you so much, guys. See you at 3:15, sharp at 3:15. Thank you, Smita ma'am. Thanks for your support. Everybody, thank you so much. See you by 3:15.